Hey guys, welcome back. Here we are, right after beating the water temple, but, you know, when you save and reload, this is where you restart if you're not in a dungeon, as adult Link anyway. Child Link restarts in the forest. And so, today we're going to Kakariko Village. That's where we're going to start off going. Just run right by the zombies, get out of here as quickly as possible. Hate those things. They're like unique zombies in that particular map though, because normally if the zombies scream at you, you can't move, you like freeze in place, but for some reason the ones on that map, their scream does absolutely nothing and has no effect whatsoever, so you can just run right by them. With how slow they are, they have no chance of getting to you. So I don't think we've been to Kakariko Village since the eruption of Death Mountain. And it looks like the eruption had a pretty bad effect. It's more like Hyrule Castletown now after this. Sheik is here. Did Sheik do this? Get back, Link. Man, she gets brutalized in this cutscene. And so does Link, apparently. That enemy has a very unfair advantage, though. Sheik's pretty tough, though. Sheik got up before Link did. Looks like you're coming around. Link, a terrible thing has happened. The evil shadow spirit has been released. Impa, the leader of Kakariko Village, had sealed the evil shadow spirit in the bottom of the well. But the force of the evil spirit got so strong, the seal of the well broke, and it escaped into the world. Wow, Impa must have been very powerful to seal that thing away. I believe Impa has gone to the Shadow Temple to seal it again, but she will be in danger without any help. Link, Impa is one of the 6 sages. Destroy the evil shadow spirit and save Impa. There is an entrance to the Shadow Temple beneath the graveyard behind this village. The only thing I can do for you is teach you the melody that will lead you to the Shadow Temple. This is the melody that will draw you into the infinite darkness that absorbs even time. Listen to this, the Nocturne of Shadow. I guess it makes sense that Sheik can keep up with Link because, I mean, Sheik beats the crap out of Link in Smash Bros. Melee. Link sucks in that game. And Sheik is top tier. I was actually thinking about playing some Smash Bros. Melee online, like with that Slippy mod. Uploading some of that. I'll just be getting destroyed in that game, though. Let me take care of the village. I'm counting on you, Link. He just stares right at it again. It doesn't even show him shielding his eyes in this one. So I'm going to cut to after I get the bow upgrade. I already did this in a previous playthrough, so I just wanted to skip it this time because I forgot about it. But you guys had already seen it. I did not remember that it was raining here after that cutscene. I'm kind of thinking as soon as you leave here and then come back, it's no longer raining. But I might be wrong about that because I did have to change it to daytime to play that minigame, and it was still raining, and that's basically like reloading the area. So I believe now we actually have to go back to the Temple of Time. I could do some stuff in the Shadow Temple, but I'm not supposed to be able to do it without a certain item you get as a kid, so I'll go get the item. I think you can pretty much do the entire temple without the item. It's just, you're definitely not supposed to be able to, but if you have the entire temple memorized from previous playthroughs, then you wouldn't have any issue doing that. I think I'll just end up saving a lot of the side quests that are left for after I beat the game. I'll just do like a extra episode afterwards. Because there's probably a lot of people that only really want to see the story, and a lot of people that wouldn't care one bit about any of the side quests, so I don't want to force them to sit through that if they're only interested in the story. So here in the Temple of Time is going to be one of the cutscenes that I accidentally skipped because I thought I was recording, but I ran out of disk space, so I had to replay the entire game. This is one of those cutscenes that caused that. I should never run out of disk space again, though, because I have a giant hard drive now. I'm talking to Sheik a lot today. You destroyed the wicked creatures that haunted the temple and awakened the sage. But there are still other sages who need your help. In order to awaken all the other sages, you must become even more powerful. You must travel over mountains. Already did that. Underwater. Already did that too. And even through time. If you want to return to your original time, return the Master Sword to the pedestal of time. By doing this, you will travel back in time 7 years. Man, I'd imagine Link would be very relieved to hear that, because he'd be like, what? I didn't lose my entire childhood? It's got to be quite the relief. The time will come when you will have to return here quickly. I will teach this to you for when that time comes. The song to return to the Temple of Time, the Prelude of Light. Yeah, it is actually a pretty useful song as a kid, because going from Kokiri Forest all the way to here takes a while. So this is a nice warp song to have. I think we're still missing like 2 songs? As long as you hold the Ocarina of Time and the Master Sword, you hold time itself in your hands. Link, we shall meet again. Actually, I think I'm only missing 1 song. I remember he had to be standing on the pedestal to get the sword out before, and now he has to kneel down. Yeah, just like that. Wow. He must double in height. Jeez. I don't know. I mean, Link seems to be canonically very short, so that is surprising that he doubles in height from a child. He must be like the shortest kid on the entire planet. I think it's stated that Link is 5'5" as an adult. So yeah, he's pretty low. Pretty low down there. So Sheik told us that Impa sealed that thing in the bottom of the well, which it just broke out of, which would suggest that if it broke out of there, that means we can go in there now. I did get the Song of Storms on this playthrough, right? I know I had it on the... Okay, good. Oh, that would have been bad. I really should have checked that as Adult Link. It's just so confusing immediately playing through the game a second time, so shortly after, and having things be slightly different because there's some things I just couldn't remember if I did them or not. Luckily, I have that song, so all is good. What does this sign say? Dark, narrow, scary, well of 3 features. So yeah, if we look in the well, it's filled with water. I don't think we can go down far enough with even the gold scale. It's probably gonna be pretty close, but yeah, not quite. So we have to find a way to lower the water level, which this is another one of those things that I don't know if the game really gives you a hint on how to do this. I mean, I know how to do it, of course, but I don't recall any NPCs telling you about, go talk to this person about the well. It's probably another one of those things you can contact Saria about. Does he say anything? Go around and around. What fun! I'm so happy. I'm a music man who loves to go around and around. I'm trying to come up with a musical theme inspired by this windmill. Going around and around and around. Let me see if Saria says anything. Oh, wow. I didn't know you could play that anywhere in the entire house. I thought it had to be right in front of the windmill dude. Link? This is Saria. Can you hear me? Where are you, Link? Are you looking for a temple? I once heard a mysterious bird say, "Go, young man, go to the desert goddess with an ocarina." Do you have any idea what he may have meant by this? Okay, that didn't help at all. Oh, man. I'd really like to find out if there's actually a hint or not. I'm probably just gonna have to look it up, because I mean, there's so many NPCs in this game. Well, we're just gonna do what I know you're supposed to do. I mean, at the very least, you are inclined to try this, because when you come here as an adult, you learn this song, and then the windmill guy is telling you that this ruined everything when a kid played this song in front of him. So, at the very least, the game does give you a hint that you should do it for something to happen. I guess that's good enough, because, I mean, if you run out of ideas when you're looking for a new dungeon, then you'd probably just start trying everything, and you'd be like, well, I mean, I know I was supposed to do this for something. Bottom of the well. This is one of the creepiest places in the entire game. One of the main reasons that most likely Nintendo at least contemplated a T rating on this game. I can hear the spirits whispering in this room. Look for the eye of truth. That's what they are saying. So, I guess they just wanted you to kind of run around and maybe look for bombable walls. Just like, you'd be hitting the walls, and then eventually you'd try this one and be like, why can't I hit this wall? And then you go right through it. Because other than that, I don't know how you'd find out that you're supposed to go through a wall. More than likely, this This wall really does look bombable, though, because, I mean, you're trapped and you know about bombable stuff, so... I guess that's just the only way I can justify figuring that one out. Is this a key? No, it's bomb shoes. Well, bomb shoes are sort of useful. Not really now, but later on I will actually need some. I mean, there's a bunch of other hidden stuff I know where it is, but I guess I'll not go for those in the meantime, and I'll look for the item that actually lets you see these things. Pretty much anywhere that has a Triforce on the ground, you're supposed to play this song. Represents the royal family. In this case, it lowers the water. I think I'm supposed to go here? There's more of those annoying fire bats in this dungeon. Mini dungeon? I don't know if this is actually considered a dungeon or not. But yeah, I gotta watch out for them because they could burn my shield again, just like they did in Dodongo's Cavern. Except this time I wouldn't have an easy way to get an additional shield. Okay, I'm almost positive there's a key in here. See, that's what happens when zombies normally scream at you. You cannot move at all. Even, I mean, they had to give them some sort of handicap because of how slowly they move. They're like, we gotta make it so they can actually get to Link, so they just freeze Link in place. So there's our first key, and I think the very next thing we get in here is the main dungeon item. I could go get the map, but they set up traps in this dungeon that you're not supposed to be able to see. I mean, I have all of them memorized, so I wouldn't fall for any of them, but I'd like to at least show them off if possible. Also, I'm going to be opening every treasure chest that I don't know what's in them. I think there's a total of 3 keys in this dungeon. It's got its own unique map, so I guess it is a dungeon. This is one of the most terrifying enemies in the entire... It is the most terrifying enemy, really. It's like a whole bunch of creepypastas and stuff based on this enemy. So, you just walk in here and you're locked in. You don't know what to do. Looking around, and then suddenly one of those hands grabs you like that. I mean, more than likely you wouldn't dodge it on your first playthrough because they're so quick like that. Yeah, the boss does not come out until you actually get grabbed, and it's this horrifying looking thing. It's called Dead Hand. Watch out for its infinite hands. Aim for its head. Oh. If you time it just right, you can actually hit it before it flees. But yeah, an easy way to avoid getting grabbed by these hands is just get pretty close and then jump slash. Okay, I did it a little bit too close. Or a little too far away. I'm not trying to kill it. There we go. It can't grab you while you're in midair for some reason. So, super easy to avoid. Oh, I'm so bad at the timing on that. I think we just need one more hit and this thing's dead. Okay, 2 more hits, but it let us hit it both times. Yeah, I mean, that thing's body is covered in blood. I mean, just the whole concept of it is freaking traumatizing to most kids, probably. You gotta imagine, most kids today probably wouldn't care because, you know, PlayStation 5 looks so realistic and probably has way creepier looking stuff even in kids games, but back in my day when I was a kid, this was like one of the most realistic looking games, so that stuff was absolutely terrifying. So the lens of truth lets us see anything that is invisible. Wow, we have really filled this out. We're missing like 1, 2, 3, 4 items, and one of them is pretty clearly a bottle. So really only 3 items. Guess we're getting pretty close to beating the game, huh? It's actually still gonna be a little while. So now, you pretty much just want to run through the whole dungeon with this thing active. So there's another key. And here's a secret entrance that allows you to avoid this trap. Normally, you'd just try and walk through here, but you'd run straight into that hole. Leads you to a pit full of zombies if you go down there. I think the map is actually down there. This is the compass. Compass is a lot more useful than the map. Oops. Okay, so I think there's a Skulltula in these doors, so I guess I'll go in here and get the Skulltulas. I think that's the first time we've seen those. Like fake pots in this dungeon. It's funny though, because if you're ever missing health, a lot of those pots, rather than dropping rupees, will give you hearts. So they'll hit you and do a 1/4 heart damage, but because they're so close to you, the item they drop immediately is picked up, and the item, if you're missing any hearts, is a heart. So those enemies actually just heal you. Pretty much every one of these that has like one of these big gashes in it, you can blow up. And in this case, there's a treasure chest. It's probably not a key. Yeah. Don't actually know where the final key is in here, but we should just have one left to get. I know it's not in here, but there is a Skulltula in here, so gotta go here anyway. It might actually be down with the zombies that the key is, so I might have to go down there. This room has those fire keys in it. Probably just gonna switch my shield just to be safe. Like, I don't think they could put a key in here because, right, if you were to open... Oh, wow, there's 3? I thought there was 2 for some reason. But yeah, if they were to put a key in here, then you could get locked out of here, so there's no chance that either of these treasure chests are going to be keys. There's probably just more bombs? Wow, a 5 rupee for that. That's pathetic. So yeah, I'm starting to think the key is actually down here, so I'm gonna intentionally fall. There's a bunch of zombies somewhere in here. I could save a bomb by using these instead, but they take like twice as long to blow up, so I don't want to just stand in place wasting time. Pretty sure this is the map. I guess I'll get the map. Really, once you get the compass, the map is kind of useless. Or if you just know the dungeon, then both the map and compass are useless. Uh-oh. That was kind of close, actually. I think I got all the coins except for the one that's... There's 2 up here. So, this dungeon really makes you wonder. Like, this is apparently where the Sheikah took people and like enemies of the royal family, and they like tortured them to get answers from them or to just punish them. And they have stuff like this where there's like a cross here with blood all over the ground. Like, the Sheikah don't really seem like they were good people. This is honestly pretty terrifying. Oh, I actually do have to go this way. So this must be the final key here then. But really all we needed from this area was the Lens of Truth, so we could leave at any time, really. Oh, there's one more treasure chest I forgot about over here. Yeah, it really makes you question, are the Sheikah really good people? Doing stuff like this, and like, I mean, this place just looks like a cultish place of worship, and then they torture people, and I don't know. Sheikah are kind of questionable in this game. I mean, sure, they're on our side, but wow. These are some scary people to have on your side. I don't think Nintendo has ever made the Sheikah as morally evil as they are in this game. Like, in this game, they have no limits to what they will do. They're like, yeah, no, we're gonna torture you if we need to. We don't care. Kind of annoying that you can't see. Well, I guess if I used the Lens of Truth, I could have seen through the wall, but without it, yeah, blocks the view and I can't even see the enemy. But yeah, the Sheikah sure do seem innocent in games like Breath of the Wild compared to what they were like in this game. Makes you wonder what happened to them all, since Impa and Sheik are the only ones left and all the rest are basically extinct. This game has a thing for like curses and stuff like that, so makes you wonder if the Sheikah were killed off by something because of the things that they've done. Okay, so I think that's really all we had to do as Child Link, and we just gotta go right back to being Adult Link now. Did not get to spend very much time as a kid. Must be depressing to Link. Finally told you can go back to being a kid and relive your childhood anytime you want, and then he does it for like 15 minutes, and those 15 minutes are spent in like this devil worshipping torturous place used for torture, and then he has to go right back to being an adult. Not the most fun childhood. Most kids probably grow up thinking that they can't wait to be an adult, but I'd imagine for Link it's probably the exact opposite now that he's lived through this. I mean, he seems to be taking it well, though. So, we just needed the Lens of Truth to access... Well, not access, but to make our way through the next temple. So the Nocturne of Shadow warps us to the graveyard, but we are in an area we couldn't access before. Way up high above the graveyard. So this temple is directly behind the graveyard. Kakariko Village, wow. It's just got some real evil stuff here, and this is the village of the Sheikah, as you know in Breath of the Wild. So everything here is made by them, including this temple. This temple is just an even worse version of what the bottom of the well was. The shadow will yield only to one with the Eye of Truth, handed down in Kakariko Village. Yeah, I mean, plus the Lens of Truth itself is the Sheikah symbol. So, there's no denying this is all doing of the Sheikah. Like, how can you not call that kind of stuff evil? One who gains the Eye of Truth will be able to see what is hidden in the darkness. Yeah, I guess the Sheikah would probably bring their victims down here, and they would all have an Eye of Truth. Shadow Temple. Here is gathered Hyrule's bloody history of greed and hatred. Yeah, not making it much better, but yeah, I mean, imagine being trapped down here and all of the Sheikah that brought you here, they all have this thing called the Eye of Truth that lets them see through these invisible walls, but you don't, so you're totally trapped in here. There's no chance you're getting out, and they can all see exactly where they're going. I am assuming they didn't put the monsters down here. Maybe that was Ganondorf's doing, or maybe it's the creature that escaped here. Sheik said Impa is trying to seal it in here now. Link doesn't need seals though. He'll just straight up kill it. I mean, the Master Sword is the... Wow. Is it supposed to do that? You see that? Its eyes flashing? Wow, that's really creepy. I'm pretty sure that's where I just came from. I got very distracted. Man, I wish I had the compass. That was the right way. The compass lets you know exactly where you just came from. Got very confused by seeing that statue. I feel like there was a room in there. Yeah, okay. I did miss a room. I'm paying so much attention to the lore and stuff like that. Okay, what the heck? I swear that room was a mini-boss room. Alright, well, I didn't go through here. Whoops. This is where it is. Yep, it's another one of these things. The Sheikah apparently love these things. They'd probably have all the hands grab onto the people that they're torturing so that they can't move. I don't know. I feel like Navi would mention the Sheikah or something. Oh. Oh man, I actually mistimed it. I won't even be able to try here because that hand's gonna get me. Oh, I got him! Yes! All right, I timed it right. Oh, gosh. Not a fan of that camera angle. If they were to re-release this game, like, completely true to its looks, like, I think in the 3DS remake, they got rid of all the blood and everything in this game, and the dead hand doesn't look nearly as creepy. If they were to just, like, update the textures and keep everything exactly the same other than that, I don't think this would re-release as a rated E game. If they kept all the blood in and everything. I think they might have even gotten rid of, like, the cross type thing that they had that they very obviously used to torture people. I think they got rid of that in the 3DS remake as well. So for this, you have to point it towards the one that is real, which is that one right there, because it doesn't disappear with the Eye of Truth. And if you don't, you fall into a black void. So they made it so that if you didn't have an Eye of Truth, you get killed. And normally you can't make this jump, but the item we just got, the hover boots, they let us go across air for a very brief moment. You can go very slightly farther than you'd normally be able to jump. These are actually an incredibly useful item in randomizers because there's a bunch of areas that are just barely out of reach by normal jumping, so super nice to have these early on. I think that's just a hole. Yeah, if you go over there to try and read what that thing has to say, it's just a trick. So I don't think we've had any actual use of the long shot yet. Everything that I've used it for since the water temple, the regular hook shot could have reached. Yeah, that's the worst part about the hover boots, though. They just had to make something bad about them. You slide when you use them. It basically makes it so the entirety of your time you have them on, you have ice physics. Not fun. There are some cool little things you can do. Oops, I thought that was a bombable wall. Whoops. Oh, wow. I would have reached if I didn't have the hover boots on. Uh-oh. Nah, he has to turn around, so he didn't get me. Wow. Yep, that was kind of close again. Hover boots really throw you off with that kind of stuff because it affects your jump / distance. But yeah, you can really abuse the sliding mechanics in this game. Pretty fun. I won't be doing that, though. Glitches are bad for casual playthroughs. Or so I think. What if I upload this and then everyone's telling me, man, I wish you would have done glitches. I would love to see like a showcase of all of them to see. I mean, it does make the game more fun in my opinion, so maybe it would make more people want to play it if they saw the glitches and they were like, oh wow, that looks really cool. Oops. Yeah, it just kind of gets worse and worse the further in we go. I mean, guillotines just for decoration in here. Not looking too good for you, Shikas. I don't think these were all placed in here by that shadow spirit that snuck in here. I'm sure the monsters weren't here originally, at least. I think I'm supposed to go this way? I guess I should be using the lens of truth so you guys can see what I'm doing. Wow, there's a bunch of treasure chests in here. Okay, I remember there's a Skulltula in here, so no matter what else is in here, I did need to come in here. I'm kind of thinking there's also a heart piece in here. Have to kill all the enemies, and then we open a gate. And that's where all the treasure is. Man, what a waste of rupees that is. I already can't hold anymore. So yeah, I guess they're assuming you have the compass at this point, which luckily I do, because it only shows, or I can only see one treasure chest, but the compass shows there's another right there. Oh, wow. Okay, well. Like I said, I needed the Skulltula anyway, so... Also, what's hitting me is that. An invisible scythe spinning there. Luckily, it just, like, tickles Link, though, because it only does a quarter heart. Is this thing invisible? Oh, it's not. Okay, so you can actually see this. I guess I don't need the Lens of Truth right now, then. They put a lot of these rupees in this dungeon. Probably has the most of any dungeon in the whole game. Ooh, if I would have got hit by that, that would have been really bad. Because you're super slidey with these on, and it would have knocked me right over the edge. Does this say anything? No, it doesn't. Maybe this is probably just like letting you know every time you see this, you should probably use the Lens of Truth. That's what I'm gonna go with. I might just be covering for the sake of making the game make more sense. So you can see the block, it's just that there was an invisible wall blocking it from sight. So there's these spike traps dropping down, and you use this to cover yourself. A little bit further. Don't want to go too far, or else this one's going to fall on my head. No, still more? Okay, there we go. Now it's blocking both of them. Those, I think, do only like 1 heart damage, but they make you void out. And this is a very long room. If I were to void out, I'd go back to the last room I entered through, which was, I mean, I had to, you know, go across all those invisible blocks, then I had to jump on that raising pillar, then I had to collect all the rupees to get here, then I had to go through a long hallway. So yeah, this room is massive, and you do not want to void out here. It's kind of obnoxious to have these on at the moment, but I know I'm going to have to put them back on at some point, so I'd rather just not have to pause the game and deal with the slidiness in this dungeon, at least. As soon as this dungeon's over, I'll take them off. I think I remember people got really mad at the Game Grumps playthrough of this because Aaron kept these on for the rest of the entire playthrough, and he hasn't played this game hardly at all. Like, I mean, he's very bad at it for the most part, and so he doesn't deal with the sliding mechanics very well, and they made him mess up so frequently throughout the playthrough, and everyone's just like, dude, why will you not take those off? They're making you die and take so much damage and void out all the time. Just take them off. You don't even need them. I can't believe they didn't just drive him crazy. I mean, I know that he hates the game, so maybe that's a big part of the reason, is because he didn't realize the game would have been a lot better had he just taken the boots off. I mean, if you get used to the sliding mechanics, it's really not that bad, but it's definitely not something that you get used to right away. Like, this would take some time. So, with zombies, for some reason, jump slashes hit them twice if you go, like, directly at them. If you only, like, barely hit them from, like, the side, then it'll only hit them once. But for some reason, a direct hit on them always hits them twice. They actually take 2 jump slashes. It's very strange that they're designed like that. Both them and the ones that are like look more like mummies rather than zombies. Does the same thing with them. I think it might actually be slightly faster to climb like that. Oh man, I didn't realize there was more flying around. Probably another one, yep. Oof, close. I have to kill all the enemies to escape, but the reason for coming in here is yet another Skulltula. I think there's a key. Oh, okay, yeah, there was a key too. So yeah, I had to come in here no matter what. I don't really know where I'm at for time, but I'm already so far through the temple. I guess I'm just gonna finish the dungeon. Might as well. I think I'm getting pretty close to the end here. Actually no, I'm probably more like 60% of the way. So here's the first reason to actually take these off. This dungeon makes use of both boots. I think it's the only one that does that. I'm gonna have to switch back yet again here, but I have to... Okay. I think it just stopped, so I'm gonna go for it. Okay, yeah. And now I want to put these back on yet again. It's not really a way to speed it up, your walking speed, while you have these on. Link can run through doors, though, while he's got them on. Oh, this room is really annoying because of that thing. Navi refuses... Oh, okay. Well, from what I remembered, Navi would only target that, like you're trying to jump slash, and she just will not allow you to target the zombies instead, but it worked out here. Really got to pay attention to the compass in this game. Or, I mean, in this dungeon. So that was nothing. There's a hint somewhere. I don't remember where it is, but I know that there's something that just says, like, let the wind guide you or something, and that's your hint to just do this. I mean, also, if you just went through the whole dungeon with the lens active, which a lot of people probably did, since it's the main dungeon item, you would just naturally see that. Am I gonna get hit by that? Oh, okay. Jeez, I just keep getting closer and closer to getting hit by these zombies. I feel like that's not a key. Yeah, okay. Because the key is actually over here. Wow, they also make the treasure chest invisible? Did not remember that. Okay, there's the actual key. So, I don't even need to kill the zombies. Mummies, whatever you want to call them. So, I should probably be putting this in more videos, but since I'm just like starting off with gameplay on this channel, I should be asking more often what you guys would want me to play, or what you would be okay with me playing. Like if you see this Zelda game and you're just like, man, I thought this was a Pokemon channel, you should just be playing Pokemon games. Or if this is okay, or if you guys really couldn't care less what games I play. Or if you just don't want to see gameplay, maybe, at all, and you just want to stick entirely to Pokemon card openings. But yeah, I should ask for more feedback since I'm so new and don't quite know what people really want. So I'd appreciate it if you let me know. There is a Skulltula over here. Can I get it just with the long shot? Or do I have to go over there? Oh, I can just get it like this. Makes me wonder why. Because Navi's floating over there because you can summon the Scarecrow over there. I wonder what the point of that is then, if you can just reach it with the long shot anyway. So, there's the Triforce again. Gotta play Zelda's Lullaby, as usual. I mean... that's proof right there, though, that this stuff is all Sheikah. It wasn't added because the Sheikah respect the royal family. You play the song, and they take you across on their ship. So this evil-looking stuff is all them. They sure got some crazy stuff, though. Like, this ship is just floating on, like, fog. At the very least, they've kept the Sheikah very mysterious in the current games. Like, they have all this crazy technology that's way above what everyone else has. Okay, these boots are actually making this fight a little difficult. You have so many hearts, though, at this point. I can't imagine any enemy or any boss ever bringing me low. Unless I just decide to ignore all the healing items that are offered to me. Link, this ship is sinking. Abandoned ship. Get onto a safe platform. Yeah, I don't know if you were still on the ship, Navi, but I left it a while ago. I mean, you can fly, so... You gotta go in pretty much every single one of these doors. Just gotta try and remember that. The one on the far right is the one I came in. I remember being so confused the first time I came to this room. Did not know what to do. Because this is like a one-time use, and then you never do this ever again. You're able to burn these. You can also hurt zombies with Din's fire, which... Zombies can't really be hurt by practically any of your items except for your sword, so it was really surprising first time you hit them with Din's fire. But yeah, I don't think that closing gate, wooden gate mechanic is ever used again in this game. I'm trying to remember if it's used in Majora's Mask or not. I'm really not all that familiar with Majora's Mask, and I'm actually probably going to struggle a bit if I try and do a 100% of that game as well. I'm going to try, though, but after Majora's Mask, I might try and do 100% on Wind Waker as well, but then... no, I can do it on Twilight Princess too, because it's actually quite easy even if you don't know where everything is on Twilight Princess. Because they have like a fortune teller in that game that you can just pay money and they'll be like, oh, what do you want to know? Tell me where a heart piece is, and then they give you a general location, so... yeah, I can probably do 100% on all of them. Maybe... Well, I don't know if I'm even going to play Skyward Sword. I was going to say I probably can't do Skyward Sword, but... I don't even know how I would end up playing Skyward Sword, just because that seems like it'd be so difficult to record while doing motion controls and having to stand more than likely. Like, how am I going to do that, be close to a microphone, and... Yeah, I don't know. I'll find out. Won't be for a long, long time, and maybe I'll learn something. So I guess the only thing in here was a Skulltula and lots of rupees. This one did not have a key like the last one, so this room is actually kind of useless. Got one more to go through. I guess these guys can't see through the walls like I can, and they'll just charge straight into the walls. First invisible enemy ever. Did I get them all? Oh, I did. Okay, cool. So when you kill that giant hand, that variant of the giant hand, it splits into 3 smaller ones, and if any of them hit you, then they turn into a larger hand. Again, they reform into the larger one. As long as you like go in the middle of them, though, you can just spin attack and you'll kill all 3 before they can even move. Something to keep in mind against that one, though, since it's invisible, is that you can't actually do a regular spin attack while you have the Lens of Truth active. So this is another one of those times that it's like kind of cryptic. I don't know how you're supposed to figure this out because this mechanic is never used at any other point in the game. But you can shoot bomb flowers with arrows and blow them up. I mean, you might think that, oh, there's a pillar over there and there's a bunch of bombs. I'm probably supposed to blow it up. But I don't think on your first playthrough, having never shot a bomb flower before, I don't think you'd think to do that. I bet a lot of people probably got stuck there. Okay, I can almost take these boots off. I'm so close to being able to take them off. I'd never have to wear them again. Pretty sure the instant most players got in here, they'd be like, oh, Lens of Truth. Yeah. Wow. This was like the most straightforward dungeon so far. Also, wow, Link just... I didn't make him run off like that. He just runs straight off. They probably programmed it like that. I didn't get stuck at a single point in this dungeon, though. You pretty much have to wear the boots in this battle unless you, like, use glitches. Otherwise, you just can't hit these hands because they keep bouncing you up like that. Bongo Bongo. So this is the thing that messed up Sheik and Link in Kakariko Village. Oh! Okay. Didn't remember. Apparently, you're like not... Your range isn't large enough to hit him like that. So you have to take off the Lens of Truth first. There we go. There's a way to time it so that you can just take him out in a single go. But, I don't know the timing. Ah, yeah. No, I'm no good at getting the timing, apparently. It's a little anticlimactic if you finish off the boss too quickly, anyway. I mean, that's still crazy fast how quickly you kill this guy. Doing it in 3 cycles. Man, he has got one freaky looking body behind him up there. That's probably the strongest actual monster in all of Ocarina of Time, at least. Because, I mean, you know, Ganon is a person, and all the enemies you fight are just regular enemies, and then that one's a boss. So that's probably the strongest actual non-human creature in the entire Ocarina of Time world. Everyone else needed to seal it away, but Link just straight up kills it. Oh, you know, I forgot to put on the blue tunic. I said I was going to do that after I beat the water temple. I was like, now I'll put on the tunic. I forgot. The boy with the noble Zelda's ocarina. As I expected, you have come. I am Impa, one of the Sheikah. I am Princess Zelda's caretaker, and I am also the sage who guards the Shadow Temple. We Sheikah have served the royalty of Hyrule from generation to generation as attendants. However, on that day, 7 years ago, Ganondorf suddenly attacked, and Hyrule Castle surrendered after a short time. Ganondorf's target was one of the keys to the Sacred Realm, the hidden treasure of the royal family, the Ocarina of Time. My duty bound me to take Zelda out of Ganondorf's reach. When last I saw you, as we made our escape from the castle, you were just a lad. Now I see that you have become a fine hero. There's nothing to worry about. The princess is safe now. Wow. Link finally gets a direct answer on that. That's good. Soon, you'll meet Princess Zelda face to face, and she will explain everything. That is when we, the 6 wise ones, will seal up the evil king and return peace to Hyrule. I have to stay here. You go to Princess Zelda's side and protect her on my behalf. Now I put my power, which should be helpful to you, into this medallion. So we've only got one left after this. Getting pretty close. Spirit Temple, or the final temple, I should say, is probably going to take the longest out of any of them, though. Please, look out for the princess. Well, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate it if you could leave me a like and subscribe if you're new. I've also got links in the description down below if you'd like to support me. And before I forget, I'm going to equip the blue tunic and take off those boots. Other than that, though, I'll see you guys in the next video.